All right. Welcome back from spring break. If you are a UC student or go to another college or university or school that was on spring break this past week, time for another episode of Flora Frequency with Ben Gressle, and you are listening to a special episode of the show this week. So, as I addressed in my off the clock recording during spring break, as well as the news that many of you have probably already heard. Unfortunately, the local music scene around here has lost a major venue. The Fishbowl, located at 3059 Taylor Avenue, just announced a little over a week ago that they would be closing their doors permanently. As quite frankly, I think the venue was ultimately kind of the victim of its own success in a way. It was just so insanely popular, and it was such a staple venue for the local scene here, and has done so much for our artists and our musicians here in the area. So therefore, this episode is going to be featuring a special playlist that I put together along with some of the key players in the music scene over the past week, featuring songs from artists that have played there before, as well as famous songs that have been covered there in the past. So this is going to be the Fishbowl Appreciation Playlist here on Flora Frequency with Ben Gressle for this week, in order to highlight all of the special things that have come out of the venue. So, before I get started, let me quickly go over the weather, as always. So, we have a pretty gorgeous week on tap for us, definitely reflective of spring, which officially started last Friday, as the vernal equinox was back then. So today, we're currently sitting at 70 degrees, under mostly cloudy skies, beautiful day, light breeze, high of 72, which we will observe at 5 p.m., dropping down into the 60s later this evening. Tomorrow, it looks like we might see some rain chances, but other than that, tomorrow and Friday are looking pretty warm, with highs in the low 80s tomorrow, but upper 60s on Friday, and lows in the upper 50s for tomorrow, and low 30s for Friday. So weather should be good for Reds opening day tomorrow. I plan to attend the Findlay Market Parade, so you might see me there if you go downtown for that tomorrow afternoon. Saturday looks like we're going to be cooling down a bit under sunny skies before another warm up into the 60s, 70s, and 80s with some rain chances going into next week. So, to kick things off for this special edition episode of Flora Frequency with the Fishbowl Appreciation Playlist, I'm going to start us off with some Limelight and one of their more popular songs, Amphetamine, which a lot of you probably recognize. So Limelight has performed at the Fishbowl twice, at least. They were in Battle of the Bands last year in 2025, and also performed at the Halloween show that they did the day after Halloween, which is the Day of the Dead, on November 1st, just this past year in 2025. And quite frankly, it was following Limelight after I first met them at PAX UC Underground last year that I ended up going to Battle of the Bands at Fishbowl to see them play there last April. And that was ultimately my first time ever going to a house show, period. What was for that show, Battle of the Bands, to see Limelight play at Fishbowl. So, with that being said, here they are with Amphetamine, and this is not the only Limelight song you're going to be hearing on here today, because as I said I would do 2 weeks ago, I will be bringing you their new single, Posies, at the end of the show. That is what we are going to end off with this week. But for now, here is Amphetamine.
You know, I never knew if this was for me.
That was Limelight and Amphetamine, one of their more well-known songs, and they are definitely a staple of the UC scene, having performed at Fishbowl twice and many other shows, including at one of PAX events last year, the UC Underground, which, as I mentioned previously on the show, was kind of the event that really got me into the music scene in the first place. Um, so yeah. So this is Flora Frequency with Ben Gressle, and speaking of Limelight, their lead singer Ellie Light just took what appeared to be an amazing trip out west to Utah for spring break, and I was following along with some of the photos on the Instagram, and that's someplace I would love to go out and see myself. I mean, some of the plants that appeared in the photos, like I think some of I think they were Joshua trees and some of the cacti, which I'm not all that familiar with some of those plants because obviously that's a different ecosystem than what we got here and what I'm growing here. But that's all the more reason why it would be so cool to get to travel like that and go check some of those other sites out in different parts of not only the United States but around the world as well. So speaking of that, here is the updates for this week for the so this is the updates for this week for the horticulture and environmental scene. So we got a few things to go over. So first off, Clean Up Cincy, a service-based student organization here at UC that has volunteer trash pickup events throughout the semesters, is finally having their first event of the spring semester this weekend on Saturday, the 28th. Check-in will be at Bearcast Commons on the UC campus from 10 to 10:30, and the event will depart at 11 and run until 1. 3 volunteer service hours are available for this event if you are a student who needs those for scholarship or whatnot. I will be participating because even though I'm not in need of service hours at this time, I just love getting to do this and getting to support the environment with great like-minded people, and it's just a good time. So I definitely recommend going. That is this Saturday. Also next Friday, April 3rd, from 10 to noon, I will be attending the Bearcat Pantry garden planting and composter construction event. This is located at the UC Surplus facility on Fishwick Drive in Bond Hill, located just off I-75 at the exit for Town Street and 75 North specifically. And this will feature planting for the Bearcat Pantry Garden, which helps provide fresh produce and food for the students here on this campus and the UC community who need that. So it's all for a very good cause. And they will also be creating or constructing a bioreactor style composter, which is really, really super cool because basically it's like composting organic material that's recycled from gardens, produce, food waste, and turning it into nutrient-rich fertilizer that can be used to grow more stuff. So kind of giving back what you take from the earth. So it's a very great thing to do. So I've seen the finished product for these composters before, but I've never actually been involved in the process of building one. So definitely, if you're interested in doing that like I am, and checking that out, I would recommend going. The horticulture department chair here at UC, Brian Grubb, does ask if you can to go on the volunteer.uc.edu to register for the event, but he said that he is willing to be surprised with the turnout as well. So that same website is where you can go to register for Clean Up Cincy's event this Saturday. Once again, that is volunteer.uc.edu, and you just go on there. But please note that these opportunities are oftentimes capped at how many people they can have. So if this is something that you want to do, especially the CUC event on Saturday, I would recommend registering sooner rather than later. So that's that. That's what we got for the horticulture environmental scene for this week, with more stuff popping up soon because, yay, it's finally spring and nice weather. So the plants are going to be coming out. I think there's going to be some work with the Office of Sustainability coming up, as well as the Sustainability Garden by the DAP Studio Annex um, over off of Probasco, so just across the street. So anyway, the next song that I'm going to be playing for you today as part of the Fishbowl Appreciation playlist is going to be from CCM's own Sophie Stockton and her release Teeth and Human Services. So while Sophie has not played a solo show at Fishbowl, she has performed at the venue with her former band Golf Lamp and has also attended many shows there. So she specifically requested this song be played today as it reminds her of what has come out of this amazing venue to support such a vibrant scene here in Cincinnati. So Sophie released this song back in October, November. I remember I did play it on here back when it came out. And I remember hearing her say at some of her solo shows that this song, basically she named it after like a spelling error, like an autocorrect, because there was like an Office of Health and Human Services located near an apartment that she lived at here in Cincinnati. And she, in the autocorrect, I think she was telling somebody where she was, and she meant to say Health and Human Services, but then the autocorrect on the phone, which drives us all nuts from time to time, corrected health to teeth. Falsely corrected it. So therefore that's how she came up with this song's name, and I like it, and I think it's cool. So anyway, as requested by the artist herself, here is Sophie Stockton and Teeth and Human Services here on Flora Frequency.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I'm gonna pull out my hair and spit out my teeth, 'cause maybe then you'll notice me. And I'm getting so tired of inquests on girls that look just like me. And why is it that we're just little old things to be touched and played with? And why is it that my words come out so wrong? I end up feeling so small. Still I watch myself mess up time again. Still I make up love inside my head. They pretend and I myself to the brain, half the brain. Still I watch myself mess up time again. Still I make up love inside my head. They pretend and cry myself to sleep. Something's wrong with me. Why can't I be someone fears reaching off my brain. The possibility remains that I am meant to be there in solitude is all I know. 'Cause preemptively surrender, preemptively surrender to
Such a beautiful song there from Sophie Stockton and Teeth and Human Services. If you're interested in hearing her live, go check her out tonight at Max Pizza Pub on West McMillan Street. She goes on at 8 tonight. This is Flora Frequency with Ben Gressle, and this is a special episode where I am airing a playlist in honor of Fishbowl, which has recently announced its closure, and trying to give thanks and show appreciation for all that they have done for the local music scene here in Cincinnati. And with that being said, now let's talk about some of the music scene updates that are going on, because quite frankly there are a lot of them. So for the sake of time, and so that I can get this really awesome playlist in on the air for you today, I am going to break my music scene updates in half. I'm going to go over half of them now. I'm going to play the next song on the playlist, and then I'll come back after that with the rest of the updates. So with that being said, let's begin looking down what we got here. So first off, with the announcement of Fishbowl's closure, obviously that has raised some questions regarding Battle of the Bands 2026, hosted by UC Music Club to benefit Girls Rock Cincy, which was supposed to be held at the Fishbowl. And I think I have also been made aware that there have been some rumors potentially going around claiming that the show was being canceled or whatnot, which, first off, don't take stock in any rumors, and second, I was at the UC Music Club meeting yesterday, and I can happily report that Battle of the Bands 2026 will still be going on this year. The UC Music Club is actively scouting for a new venue that will be announced at a later date here, hopefully very soon. It does sound like they have some promising leads on a new venue to host the event, and it looks like it will probably be held on the same date as well, which is April 11th. However, that is really all the information that I am able to share on here at this time, so stay tuned to their Instagram at music and the number 4UC for more updates, and anything that I am made aware of I will announce here on the show and on the at Flora Frequency Cincy Instagram as the updates come in, and I will do so accordingly. Second, I just played Sophie Stockton, and she has quite the busy show schedule coming up here soon. So, like I said, she's going to be playing at Max this evening. She goes on at 8, and we'll be playing along with Trophy Wives. So that is at Max Pizza Pub on West McMillan Street tonight. And then she has another show this Friday downtown in OTR at the Symphony Hotel Bar and Lounge, which is right next door to Cincinnati Music Hall. Just a nice little place. So that will be this Friday. And then she is also on the bill for a solo set at Fuel Lounge OTR, not far from the Symphony, or not far from the Symphony Hotel. And this is on Main Street. That show will be starting at 9 p.m. this Saturday evening. That is March 28th, and she will be on the bill along with Tilbon, Cara, and Sam Berkowitz, also known as Spam Burko, who has apparently replaced Philip Diox on the bill for that show. Sophie is also going to be playing along with Mariana at the Comet in Northside this coming Monday, March 30th, and a couple of additional events have also been announced for mid-April. She will be playing a solo set at one of those events, along with Juno Harlot. I believe these events are in partnership with Arts Wave, which is an organization here in Cincinnati. Speaking of Mariana, they will also be featured in this week's Rocktocracy at Flora and Flair in Mount Adams, along with Shed and Redwood. So if you want kind of a little sneak peek at what we've got for the lineup, what we're going to have for the lineup for Battle of the Bands, I would definitely recommend going to that show, as Shed and Redwood are both on the bill for that. And then another band that's on the bill for Battle of the Bands, the Manatee, is set to play at the Pike Fraternity this Saturday. I believe that show starts at 5 p.m. Additional show dates for them are happening later in April, on the 24th for an Ice Out show, and the next day on the 25th on Short Vine. And these are all after they have their set at Battle of the Bands earlier in April. Also, as you probably remember me saying when I interviewed them here on the show last month, exactly 1 month ago from today, believe it or not, I was in here interviewing the members of the Manatee. They have been voted the best local band of 2026 by the UC publication The News Record, and that interview took place not long before I interviewed them here on Flora Frequency, and the article for that interview is now out in the News Record, so you can go out and read it now. And then just today, they have teased some new content, as they mentioned during their interview here on Flora Frequency, that they have been working on and will be debuting at some live shows here soon. So, anyway, that's the first half of the music scene news. We got more to cover, but before I do so, I will play the next song on the playlist, which is All I Wanted by Paramore. This was also requested by Sophie Stockton, as she covered this when she was with Golf Lamp, and I believe they did cover this song during their set at Fishbowl at the show held there on September, or back in early September, this past late summer / early fall. So here is Paramore and All I Wanted here on Flora Frequency, and after this I will have the rest of the music scene news.
Think of me when you're out there. I'll beg you nice from my knees. And when the world treats you way too fairly, well, it's a shame I'm a dream.
All right, that was Paramore and All I Wanted. Once again, that was covered by Golf Lamp when Sophie Stockton was playing with them at Fishbowl back in September. This is Flora Frequency with Ben Gressle, and here is the next round of music scene news that I got. So, the band Soma is actively working on getting some music out. Their first album is set to release sometime next month, and the first single from that album, Hot Mess, is supposed to release this Friday to streaming platforms. So that single will be releasing ahead of their album, which will be coming out at a later to be announced date in April. So that song will be out by the time I come on the air next week. So I will probably play it here on Flora Frequency at that time next Wednesday, so y'all can listen to it and see what it sounds like, and y'all can love it. So look forward to that. Speaking of Soma, they've also got some upcoming show dates. April 18th at Teak, the frat for the prom night show. There's a discounted cover for that show of $2 if you show up in prom attire. And they will also be playing on April 27th at the Comet in Northside. Speaking of the Teak prom night show, that will also be Cordella's first show of 2026, as the band has been on hiatus since December. Their last show that they played was at Flora and Flair right before Christmas, so it'll be good to see them back at it. Sounds like they got some new music coming out as well that they're going to be performing. And then Sock is also going to be coming out of a similar hiatus. They have a new show date announced for early April, and their last performance was also back in December right before Christmas. So it'll be good to see them again as well. And lastly, Limelight is going to be playing a show up in Dayton on April 3rd at the Yellow Cab Tavern. This is located at 700 4th Street in the Oregon District, and is a benefit show for Sexual Assault Awareness Month. This event is open to people aged 16 and up, but persons under 16 can enter with a parent or legal guardian. They will be playing with Slump Inc. and Monkey's Paw, and tickets for this show are now available on Cincy Ticket. So, with that being said, the next song I'm going to play on this special playlist is Chappell-Roan's Pink Pony Club. This was covered by the local band Cut to the Chase at Battle of the Bands at Fishbowl last year, and that was my first time actually becoming familiar with this song, which tells the story of the protagonist who decides to move to California from Tennessee to pursue a career doing queer dancing in California. So this is a really good song that came out during the pandemic era, and I hope you all enjoy.
I know you wanted me to stay, but I can't ignore the crazy visions of me in LA. And I heard that there's a special place where boys and girls can all be queens every single day. I'm having wicked dreams of leaving Tennessee. If Santa Monica, I swear it's calling me. Won't make my mama proud, it's gonna cause a scene. She sees her baby girl, I know she's gonna scream. God, what have you done? You're a pink pony girl, and you dance at the club. Oh mama, I'm just having fun on the stage in my heels. It's where I belong, down at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing down in West Hollywood. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. Pink Pony Club. I'm up and dolls are on the floor. Lovers in the bathroom and a line outside the door. Black lights and a mirror disco ball. Every night's another reason why I left it all. I think my wicked dreams are here from Tennessee or Santa Monica. You've been too good to me. Won't make my mama proud. It's gonna cause a scene. She sees her baby girl. I know she's gonna scream. God, what have you done? You're a pink pony girl, and you dance at the club. Oh, mama, I'm just having fun on the stage in my heels. It's where I belong, down at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing down in West Hollywood. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. Pink Pony Club. Don't think I've left you all behind. Still love you, and Tennessee are always on my mind. And mama, every Saturday I can hear your southern drawl 1,000 miles away, saying, God, what have you done? You're a pink pony girl, and you dance at the club. Oh, mama, I'm just having fun on the stage in my heels. It's where I belong, down at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing down in West Hollywood. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. Pink Pony Club.
That's Chaperone and Pink Pony Club, definitely a very popular one today. This is Flora Frequency with Ben Gressle. That, once again, that one was covered by Cut to the Chase at Battle of the Bands 2025 at Fishbowl last year. So speaking of obviously this is our Fishbowl appreciation playlist, and speaking of Oh the Manatee from earlier, obviously, as if those of you who are familiar with the band, Fishbowl was the site of their first public performance. The band formed last summer, and they were making music for the first couple months, and then in early September they performed live for the first time at the show at Fishbowl that both Golf Lamp and Cordella were also on the bill for. So therefore I feel that it is fitting that I play some of Oh the Manatee's music as part of this playlist today. So basically I'm going to do kind of a double header with this one, so I won't really be talking in between, just for the sake of time, so I can clear all of this, because I definitely want to get this on the air for you today. So first off, I'm going to be playing an original by Oh the Manatee from their EP Catalyzed, titled Crown. This is an anti-fascism song that they perform live at shows and is also on Catalyzed. So I'm going to start with that one, an original from Oh the Manatee, and then after I play their original music, I'm then going to play My Iron Lung by Radiohead, released in 1994 and covered by Oh the Manatee in 2025. So both are great songs. I hope you enjoy both, and I will be back right afterwards here on Flora Frequency.
The moon is
driving me away. You do it every day. You don't mean it, but it hurts like hell. My brain says I'm receiving pain, a lack of oxygen from my life support, my too young to fall asleep, too cynical to speak. We are losing it. Can you tell? We scratch our knowledge, a 20th century bitch. We are grateful for our suck your teenage thumb. Toilet train downtown. When the power runs out, we'll just hum. This is only song, just like the last one. A total waste of time. And if you're frightened, you can be frightened. You can be it's okay. And if you're frightened, you can be frightened. You can be it's okay.
Oh, that was Radiohead and My Iron Lung from their 1994 EP of the same name, and that was covered by Oh the Manatee in 2025. And before that, I played Oh the Manatee's original song, Crown, which you probably remember me playing exactly a month ago from today when I had them here in the studio interviewing them. So almost kind of like listening to how it is at their shows there, because they incorporate those two songs into their set lists quite often. So definitely excited to see them play again on Saturday. So anyway, unfortunately, it looks like we are coming up on the end of of my hour for this week. So, there were a couple other song requests that I was not able to get to today for the sake of time, and there's still a few other things that I want to talk about real quick before I play Posies by Limelight to end things off. So, anyway, a little personal horticultural thing that I just got to do over spring break. I got to see the Heritage Garden at the Ohio Governor's Residence up in Bexley, just a suburb of Columbus. And it's a really nice garden. Unfortunately, because we're only in March and we're not really in the growing season yet, it's not really there wasn't really a whole lot going on in the garden yet, but I'd definitely be interested in going back to see it maybe later in the summer when things are in bloom. But they got a tree that was like the last cultivar from Johnny Appleseed's plantings. It was an apple tree. And then they also have a lot of edible stuff like herbs and whatnot, as well as gardens to depict different scenes and ecosystems from throughout the state. Also, we've got the and then there was a cranberry bog there, which I had never seen cranberries in real life before, so a reproduction of one. So it was a really cool sight. I was glad I got to see it, and I wanted to mention that here as well. Also, a couple last-minute music updates. So, PAC, the Programs and Activities Council here at UC, is hosting Packalooza, their big event of the spring semester, this Monday, March 30th, from 5 to 10 p.m. in the Great Hall at TUC. This will be a 2016 throwback party. There will be prize giveaways all night. This is open to UC students only, and that will be verified upon entry. And the artist lineup for this is the event will be headlined by Eric Doa and will also feature Safa, DJ Boywife, and F3DE. So a couple local acts in there, a couple big names. So it'll definitely be a fun evening. I am looking forward to going. And then also, please stay tuned to Bearcast Radio. Tune in tonight at 8 p.m. To XX Silly Girls XX, where the host Yatsuri Lopez, who is one of my best friends, will be interviewing P-Bash about their new music. So she will be welcoming them into the studio here this evening. That is at 8 p.m. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, so I will definitely be spilling over some Fishbowl stuff into next week. I had to get that Radiohead song in. I was trying to decide whether to play that or play Black Star because Golf Lamp covered Black Star back when they were together. And I just had to go with My Iron Lung for today, but I promise I will play Black Star next week so that I can round out with both of them. And yeah, but yeah, the Fishbowl, I mean, like I said, it was my first time ever going to a house show. It was instrumental in getting me into the music scene. It was so important. It was such an important institution for a lot of the artists here in the local scene. And yeah, I feel we definitely need to give it the send-off it deserves. So that's why I wanted to put this playlist together, which I played for you today, and we will finish out with some of the songs next week. So, as I promised, here is Limelight's brand new single, Posies. You might have heard them play this at live shows before if you have seen them live. And until next week, same time, same place, take care of your mental health, prioritize your self-care, and peace.